All right, guys, so welcome to our April 13th Team Fit and Natural call. Tonight we're going to be talking about Facebook like pages, but before we get into that, I just want to do a few announcements. I am going to post the new team cover photo soon, but I'm just going to read off of that for a quick minute. I want to first, congratulate the people who have hit Success Club this month. Laura Schiller is rocking it, having already hit SC10, which was a goal of hers for the Goal Crushers group, one of her several goals that she's nailing. So congrats to Laura. And also Christy Chekovaj. I know that the points aren't appearing yet in the Coach Online office, but we're working on that, and we know that you earned the SC5, so that is very exciting. We have people on the way. The people on the way to Success Club are Marissa Wine with 3 points, Crystal Robinson with 3, Lauren Klein with 2, Melinda Eddy with 2, Suzanne Tavernese with 2, Eleanor Pack with 2, Leanna Walker with 1, and Raina Rizzi with 1. And I apologize if those points are not up to date, but there is an issue with the Coach Online office right now reflecting the most recent points. So I'm sorry if someone hit Success Club and I don't know about it, or if it's not reflecting the points that you do have. There's just a problem right now in my online office and everybody's. Okay, moving on to other announcements. Our challenge group starts on Monday, which means that you should be pulling in your last challengers right now. You should be not stopping reaching out to people. You should be following up with all of those people that said maybe or anything of the sort. Remember that although I say Wednesday is the deadline, if you come and say you have another challenger coming in on Thursday or Friday, if they're buying the challenge pack, they are going to have access to Beachbody On Demand. They are going to have access to workouts, which will be great. So they will be able to get started on time, and we will make it happen. So do not stop pushing. Also, if you are in a current challenge group and you have challengers, make sure that you've followed up on the exit video, which has been posted in your challenge group. Make sure that you're talking to your challengers about converting to becoming a coach, which is just a simple sign up as a way for them to continue on and get the 25% discount, no pressure. And by the way, have you guys seen that there's now an online form to cancel coaching? So not that we want people to cancel, but it's super easy. You literally can just tell people. It is a quick online form. It will take a minute of their time, so no risk, no obligation. Let's see. Also, on the 25th, we will have our next 7-day Shakeology group. And our first one last month was so successful. I feel like those of us that participated got so many conversations started with new people. And for me personally, I was at Success Club 8 on April 4th, and that was thanks to the Shakeology group. So, you know, my kind of idea of we do this at the end of the month, so then we start off with Success Club points for the following month, it seems to be working. Other people that have not yet bought, who are my participants in that group, are still talking to me. They're still thinking about things. So I just think it's a really great way for a minimal investment. You know, we hear a lot about free groups, but for an investment of $30 to get to experience Shakeology for 7 days, one flavor to like nail getting that recipe right, and to really learn about the nutrition behind it and fall in love with Shakeology as many of us have, it's just a no-brainer. So if you guys are dragging your feet on buying some extra Shakeology packets, just go for it, because you will find people. I know this happens to several of us on the team, but I put up one Facebook post and I wound up with 7 participants, and I actually had to say no to people because I went through my entire supply of Shakeology. I didn't even have enough. So people are really intrigued by Shakeology. They just don't want to jump in and buy, you know, the whole monthly supply. So go for it. Don't be afraid to invite people who have said, you know, no, I'm not into Shakeology, or I'm hesitant about it, or I don't want to spend the money. Go back to all those people and post about this on Facebook, because it could really help you start new conversations and start the next month off right. And also on the 25th at 9 p.m., we will have our Backstage Pass event again into coaching and challenge groups. So remember, this is kind of like a soft and easy thing to pitch at people. again, if they're thinking about challenge groups, or if you just think they'd be a good coach, you don't have to do any work. You just have to get them to show up that night. And also remember, it stays up all week. So even if they can't be there right at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, they will be able to look back at posts later on. We give away prizes, and it's just a great way. It's a great way for you to feel psyched about our team, for you to share this passion of yours with others and not have to do much work. So it's again, a win-win. So I hope you'll all have participants in that on the 25th. Facebook like page training. Tonight I'm going to do kind of a brain dump of a lot of tips that I want to share and show you 2 specific tools called Audience Insights and Facebook Power Editor. But the Facebook like page training will be just a few days in a private group, and I will have everything kind of spelled out for you there, but I'm still working on that. So I will post the dates for that soon, but I hope you all do that as well. So does anyone have any questions or anything before I jump into Facebook land? No? All right, give me 1 second to get my screen set to share. Okay. I am going to start off by showing you my personal page. All right, sharing screen, sharing screen. Hold on, let me shut off my Facebook Messenger so you don't see all my private messages coming up. Go away, chat. Okay. Okay. Now can you see my personal page? Yes. Okay. So here's my personal page, and I just want to show you that once you have a like page, you should have your page here as your occupation so that it's always tagged and ready for people to find. And you should not write independent Beachbody coach. You should not write works at Beachbody. You can just call yourself whatever you are, you know, a health and wellness coach, a fitness coach, an emerald coach, a team fit and natural coach, however you want to describe yourself. And then for you, when you type in the name of your page, when you're in the About Me section over here, it will pop up. So, you know, whenever I'm looking at people on Facebook, I always look in this area to see what they work, where they work, and what they do. So this is great because it just takes us right to the like page. So that's my first tip there. My next tip is to make sure that the title of your like page starts with your name so that it's easily findable, or at the very least that you have your name in the title of the page. It should not be, it doesn't have to be something catchy. It could just be Charise Fitness. It can be that simple. You want it to be easily findable and associated with you. And you want your picture, your profile picture, to be a clear picture of you. You don't want other people in the picture. You don't want it to be some quote about healthy living. It should just be a nice picture of your face so people know who they're dealing with. And then for your cover photo, this is very important. You want it to show kind of what your niche is. So for me, I'm all about being a busy mom of little kids. So I've got pictures of me with my kids right here. But as we talked about on another call, I also have my call to action for my freemium, what I can give people for free, how I can add value to their life without them even buying anything. Free meal planner recipes and clean eating resources. Click here to sign up. And then when they click on my picture, it has this little description and a link where they can go and drop their name and email. And as we've talked about on other calls, you can use Google Forms for this. You can use Wufoo, W-U-F-O-O. They're free. You can use MailChimp, which is free. You just create a form. So this is a great way to get another contact method from people and have another way to reach out to people. But you do, again, want to think about what you can offer people. And even if it's just, 21-day fix recipes, I mean, it could be something that's already been created and you just stick it in a PDF, which, by the way, like if you create something in Word, there's free converters, convert from Word to PDF, and you have like just a nice document with a couple of pretty images. That's all you need to do. Healthy recipes that families love, things like that. It can be very simple. So I suggest having that as well. Now, the other thing I'm going to show you is this little picture section. This photos section will always have your most recent 9 photos. And this is a way to have a little check to see, am I sharing me or am I sharing Beachbody? Because you want to remember with your like page that your brand is not Beachbody. Beachbody already brands itself. You want to brand you, right? Because you are what makes you different than the 400,000 something other Beachbody coaches. So you have to get people to kind of, love you, hate you, want to see what you're going to do next. Like the like page is your own reality TV show. And if you are not an extroverted person, you're looking at a very introverted person right here. It's just something where you step outside of your comfort zone little by little and you share more and more and you find a way to do it. But looking at this 9 square photo box, you should see your face a lot. And if you don't see your face a lot here, then you're not sharing enough of you on your like page. And also notice that by looking at this, you would not really be able to tell that I'm a Beachbody coach. Beachbody is like just kind of second tier on my like page. It's something that it's a tool that I have to offer people, but you don't see me with my Shakeology. You don't see me kissing my Shakeology here. You don't see me holding up a DVD of 22-minute hardcore. None of that stuff is here. So that's a way for you to do a little check-in, see what you're presenting on the page. And I just want to give you a quick look at some of the things that I share on my page. So this is what I was doing right before I jumped on the call, was just posting my sweaty pic for the day. Your sweaty pic, you're taking it for your challenge group anyway, so you might as well post it on your like page. For me, I'm all about reusing and repurposing content, meaning like the text that I put in my posts and my pictures and my videos as much as possible. Like I'm basically looking to do as little as possible and get the most out of it. And why wouldn't we all want that? So if I'm posting something in the challenge group, I also post it on my like page. There's almost never a time when something doesn't go on the like page that's also going in the challenge group. And so, if you posted the prompt of the day in your group, or if it's Water Wednesday, or share your recipe Thursday, or whatever it is, then take a recipe and put it on your thing. If it's Water Wednesday, then it's a picture of you, cheers with your water, telling people a benefit about drinking water. Are you ready to drink yours now? Don't let anything that goes on in the challenge group just go away without giving you free content to use on your like page too. So that's a great resource right there. But so this is my sweaty pic, but if you look at what I wrote here, I'm not mentioning 22-minute hardcore. I never mention Beachbody. This is called breadcrumbing, right? Like this is me sharing my story, me sharing the problems that I face, me anticipating objections that people are going to give me. And actually this is directly why I wrote this post, was directly in response to an objection that somebody gave me earlier this week, which actually turned into the start of a conversation. Someone said to me, I love following you. I tell all my friends to follow you, but I could never do what you do. And I said, well, what part of it can't you do? So I pop in a DVD that is 30 minutes or less, and I drink a shake, and I try and get through my workout and then post a sweaty pic, and my kids are usually hanging all over me like, what part of that can't you do? And she's like, well, I guess I could do that. So this is, my life is crazy, just like yours. I get it done. It's not pretty, but I do it, and you can do this too. So when you post things, think about the objections that you've received from people, and think about the objections that you think people are going to give you, and answer them. Like every day, you should think of an objection that someone will give you to becoming a coach or to joining a challenge group, and answer them and make it so obvious why that is even a silly thing to bring up from your posts, and have that be one thing that you commit to posting on your like page per day. So think about the objection, anticipate it, and then tell your story and break it down, and keep it personal and be totally real. Do not try and make yourself seem perfect, because nobody wants perfect, nobody cares about it. They just want to see like someone else is doing this and I can do it too. So that's what you want to show. Another thing that is amazing for Facebook like page is posting raw video. You never want to post a link to YouTube, because Facebook will not serve it to anybody. They don't want YouTube on Facebook. So what I suggest, I don't have a Mac. I don't know if any of you have a Mac. If you do have a Mac, then you have access to iMovie on your laptop, I guess, but I don't. So you can download iMovie as a free app on your phone, and it's all totally free to use. And it's incredible, because what I do is every time that I work out, I just shoot a little, like a few seconds of me doing a move. And then I decide like later how I'm going to market it, how I'm going to spin it. But I just make sure that every time I work out, I take a quick video snippet, because again, thinking about like getting the most out of what you do. You're doing your workout anyway, right? Might as well use it as content and something that's going to pull people in on your page. So this is me with the Pio slides. I'm asking people if they have plastic plates at home. Again, I'm not mentioning Pio. This music is like one of the many free theme music things that you can choose for iMovie. I can slap my name on there and you can speed it up. So this is sped up. You just push a little clock for, like, push it to 2x. So this has been up 3 hours, but already 372 people have been reached. And this is just like something that I literally did while I was sitting in the car waiting to pick up my son for school, like playing with the iMovie app, and it took me a matter of seconds. And this is great, and I will reuse it like in a month or 6 weeks. I'll use it again, and I have tons of these little snippets. So if you're not taking little videos while you work out, start doing it now. Here's another thing that I recommend. So all those little memes, that have like the cool quotes that we share, that you see all over Facebook, the second you see one that you like, or that you click like on someone else's page, take that line. I don't know whose page I saw this on today, probably one of yours. Diamonds were a girl's best friend until yoga pants happened. Now, I've never cared about diamonds, but whatever, it sounds good for this post. And so here I am, talking about a very soft sell benefit of being a coach. One of the perks is that I never have to dress up. I get to wear comfy clothes, a ponytail, flip-flops or sneakers, and then like a little hashtag, coach life, work from home. But that's all I'm saying about it. I'm not saying join me as a coach. But again, I go back in my file of old sweaty pics. I don't know when this was from, but I'm just grabbing an old picture of myself where I'm clearly wearing like casual clothes and hair in a ponytail. And instead of just putting up that little image that I saw from somebody else's post, the pink square with the quote in it, I take the quote and I make it my own, and I personalize it, and I put up a picture of me. And that's how you use quotes on your like page. So there's that. Food pictures do well, typically. Take one picture of something good that you ate that day, and it does not have to be something you made, because for some reason, even though I was so proud to post this because my husband actually made this and it was really awesome, these zucchini boats, I post pictures of food that I eat. I see Laura Schiller does this all the time too, like food that I eat from restaurants or that I get takeout or something like that. And for some reason, people love that. So like if you're eating something that's remotely healthy, like every time I eat a Greek salad wrap or have a meatless Cobb salad, I take a picture and it gets tons of likes. So kind of track that kind of thing and take halfway decent pictures of food. Hold on, I think we have a chat thing. Laura's saying those are my most popular posts. So yeah, and that's pictures of her eating on the go, and like I think usually not pictures of food that she's even made herself. So that is something that I highly recommend. And also recommendations, like if I find like a new great granola or a frozen waffle that's healthy for my kids, or a healthier version of mac and cheese, I hold up the box, I take a picture, and I say, I'm so psyched, you know, now there's organic mac and cheese made from quinoa. Isn't this a great way to sneak that into your kids? People love suggestions like that. So that's another really easy thing to post on your page. So that's all I'm going to say about content for the page, but those are kind of like the most go-to kinds of posts that I hope that you all can incorporate into your page if you're not doing. And if you are doing it, then just do more of it, because these really seem to work. So now I'm going to show you the Audience Insights tool on Facebook. Now, the first thing to know about the Audience Insights tool is that you can only access it if you're using Google Chrome. So if you don't have Google Chrome, then you should download it and start using it at least as one of your browsers. And I will post the link to Audience Insights, because this is kind of like, it's popping up as my personal link here, but I'll post the direct link for Audience Insights, which is basically, I think, right up into here and until this backslash. That's the link for that, and then I'll give you the one for Power Editor later. But this is what will pop up. And Audience Insights, this is not Audience Insights that just pops up when you click on your like page and you look into the insights. This is a totally separate tool. And this is your like best market research tool ever, because the scary thing is, if you think about it, is that, you know, Facebook knows more about us and about everyone on Facebook, like more than the government knows about us. It's kind of creepy, but you know, since we're business owners, right, and we're trying to do something here, we're happy that this exists. So we're going to make the most of it. And this basically allows you to find audiences that you want to market to on your like page, and audiences of people that you want to bring to your like page. So I am now a really big believer, now that I've kind of learned things lots of different ways with the like page, that you should not spend a lot of money on your like page. You should be able to find a way to run something that's really awesome and gives you value for like anywhere from $1 to $3. The thing that brings me the most contacts that I run for $1 a day. I never spend more than $5 on an ad. So once you learn how to kind of do it right, and you bring in the right people coming from working with audiences, from Audience Insights, then you can just, you know, post your great content, and it's going to go to the right people, and it's going to work for you. So choose an audience to start. We're always going to choose everyone on Facebook here. And then you can pick, you know, obviously we can reach out to the United States and Canada, and you should, but you should never run both the United States and Canada in the same audience, because apparently the Facebook algorithm does not serve well when you run both at the same time. So if you find like a great target or a great audience, do one for United States and one for Canada. And don't forget about Canada, because it is a little bit of an untouched market. So we'll leave it as United States here. And then the prime age for Beachbody is 25 to 44. And then women. So right there, that kind of you know, helps our demographic. And then we are going to look at page likes, this tab right up here. So we'll look at page likes, and this shows just pages on Facebook that are the top in their various categories. And then there's this thing down here that we're going to look at more closely, which is affinity. And what affinity means is how likely your audience is, how likely your audience is to like a given page compared to everyone on Facebook. So like you are going to, depending on what your niche is. So for me, I'm going to be looking for people who are into healthy recipes or fitness or entrepreneurship or being a mom, or, you know, then it could be things that I personally am passionate about or things that I like, because the whole point of you finding these audiences is ultimately to find people who are like you. So no matter how weird you are, there's thousands and thousands of other people that are just like you on Facebook and are right there for you to talk to. And those people are your avatar. And so you want to be able to find people like you because they will respond the best to you. They will do the best in your challenge group because they'll be most motivated by you. And if they become coaches on your team, they're going to be the easiest people for you to work with. So you want to think about who you are and what kinds of things you want to search for here. And you can create any audience. Once you create an audience in here, and I'm going to take you through that, but then hitting save, it will show up. It will always be available for you to choose when you're creating your little ads. It will just show up as whatever you name it. So you're not going to have to create it again once you do it once. What I started off with, and what I think you all should start off with, is page likes and finding quality people to bring to your page. Because like I said, if you're bringing the right people to your page, then you don't have to be throwing money at your posts to boost them, because the right people are already seeing them. And they're already the kind of people that would be engaged on a page of someone like you because, you know, they're like you. But the most important thing, so that you don't waste your money on Facebook, is to test what you're going to put out there as an ad. And the easiest way to test is to start with a Beachbody related audience. So I'm going to show you how to create a Beachbody audience that you can then test your ads, and I'm talking like spending $3 for an ad, to see which images do the best and what content does the best. Because basically, like, before I run something now, I test it in this way, and I see, like, no matter how awesome I think an image is that I make in picmonkey.com, or some people like to use Canva, I make an image and I'll think, like, this is clearly going to be the winner. This is an awesome image. And the one that this is an awesome video. The one that I think is going to win is, like, never the winner. It's always surprising to me what people respond to. And it just shows us the importance of market testing, right? Because, like, for ads that are on TV, ad agencies aren't putting them out there without focus groups and testing first. And it should be the same for you. Why waste your money just trying to find the right one when you can test first? So I'm going to show you here this interest box. So if you type in something like Beachbody, Beachbody is something considered a level 1 interest. It's something that, like, most people are going to know about. And even though Beachbody comes up in all these things, you would select the first one as always the most relevant interest for it. But instead, I'm going to try and pick, like, 2 things that have to do with Beachbody. Now, let me show you an example of how things don't always populate here. 21-day fix. It doesn't populate, as popular as that is. But if I put in Autumn Calabrese, she populates. So I'm going to try and pick 2 things that have to do with Beachbody, and you can see this already updating here. And so we'll do Autumn, and we'll do Shailene for Pio. Okay, so we have these 2 level 2 interests in here. And this actually isn't bad, because you look here at the audience size, and it's 900,000 to 1 million. For your audience size, you are not shooting for the biggest audience possible, which is kind of like the intuitive thing is, like, why wouldn't I want to reach as many people as possible? But it's not like that. You want it to be between 500,000 and 1 million. So as long as the number falls between 500,000 and 1 million, then it's good. This is kind of on the larger size. But what's great here is that it brings up all of these pages that are liked by people who like Autumn and Shailene. And so this will bring up some great pages for you to follow, so you can see what they're doing that's really speaking to people. So, like, Eat Fit Fuel. I'll click on that, look over here, And we can see that 955,000 people like this page. We can scroll down and see here's a video, raw video, food, and it's gotten 12,000 views already. So this site is doing things right, sharing the kinds of things that people speak to. You can see the level of engagement is high. So this is a page you want to follow so you can see what they're doing and how you can do that kind of thing on your page. But anyway, to go back to audience insight, so that's one way that you use this. But now you go back down here to affinity. And so I click that so it sorts it, starting with the highest and then going down. And you want to find things, you don't really want to go less than an affinity score that's 15, 15x. So try and stay above 15 or, you know, somewhere around it. So to try and find something here like the Betty Rocker, let's look at what this page is. So we click on that. I don't know if this person's a Beachbody coach or not, but look at the kind of engagement that's on the page. So 2.8 thousand likes for this picture, right? So these are people that are actively engaging on a page that is about health and wellness. So this would be a good audience for you to want to reach out to. So what we can do is go back and we'll see if the Betty Rocker shows up as an interest. And it's available. So that is a great way for us to form an audience here. So maybe we want to take out like Autumn, right? Because we don't want it to just be like all Beachbody coaches for the most part. We can take out Shailene. Betty Rocker is really small. So we'll put Shailene back in and we'll keep going to see what other interests we can add in. And see what it will bring us. But this is the kind of process that you go through, and this is actually kind of like a really addicting and fun research tool because you can find, you know, these things that people really respond to. And so I don't want to spend too much time on here. But after, let's say, I find like the Betty Rocker and I find Eat Fit Fuel and I find, you know, Eat Clean, Train Mean or whatever, and they create an audience that's 600,000. Then what I'll do is I'll go to save. And I don't want to hit save right now, but you hit save, you call it whatever you want, and then when you go over to the Power Editor, which is what I'm about, another thing that I'm going to do in a second, you'll see that it's available as an audience. So what I would suggest is going to Audience Insights and spending a good amount of time creating first an audience that kind of stems from Beachbody, and then using that as your initial audience to test different images to see which one works best to get likes for your page. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. So now I'm going to go over to Power Editor. Just going to try and reload this. So again, I'll give you the site, but basically it's right up to this backslash right here before the account stuff starts. And this is how you should create all of your ads for your like page going forward. So when Facebook says to you, oh look, you have a really engaging post, you should boost this post for $5 so more people see it. Never do that, because that is like the biggest waste of money with Facebook. They're just asking you to just throw them money, and you get almost nothing in return. So never follow their little boost prompts. If you're going to make an ad, come to Power Editor and create from here. So basically there's 3 levels to creating an ad. This is the campaign level, this is the ad set level, and this is the ad level. The campaign is like the thing that it's like your main objective for what you want to accomplish. Your ad set is where you're putting in like your targeting and the specifics of what you're about to create. And then the ad is the very specific image and text that shows up. So you'll start with, you'll want to make sure that your account is filled in here. Mine populates automatically, but the first time you might have to go through and select for account. You're going to go to create campaign, and this box is going to come up. So tonight, I'm only going to show you, I will do much more with this in the like page training, but tonight I'm just going to show you how to create an ad for likes on your page to get more likes on Facebook. So we'll call this likes test. For buying type, it's set to auction. You leave it as auction. For objective, you click on this menu and you go to page likes. So that's the first part for campaign. Then you click this to choose an ad set. You're going to call it the same thing as you did above, whatever will stand out to you. Likes test. Hold on, let me see the chat box. Okay, Crystal, we'll see you later. And then you choose your page here. And there's my page. And then I go to create. So I don't start off with create new ad. I just go to choose an ad set, fill that out, and then go to create. And then I'm here in this place. And this looks just fine. My objective is page likes, buying type auction. Never switch that, just kind of accept that. You don't do anything with the campaign spending limit. This is pre-selected. So then I'm going to go to ad sets. And it's going to bring up the ad set that we're going to create for this. So of course, Facebook has a preset for $25. We're not going to do $25. We're going to do $3. So when you're testing to find your perfect ad, the one that you're going to let run for a while and will just consistently bring likes into your page, and it could be something that's for $1 a day going forward, the way to easily and efficiently figure out the one that works is to start with a daily budget of $3. So just kind of accept that number. We're going to scroll down, and here we can create an audience. But remember, we've used audience insights, and we've all played around with that and made our fun kind of Beachbody related audiences. So I'm going to scroll down and find this one. This is the one that I started with. It was Shaun T and Turbo Fire. And I narrowed it down to level 2 interests like I was doing before, but these were my starting points. So I just called it Shaun T and Turbo Fire because that's what I started with as my top ones. So that's what I remember. And you can see that it's female, 25 to 44, living in the United States, and the size is 710,000. So that's right in that sweet spot of 500,000 to 1 million. So I'm going to select that. And then for placement, you'll see these are all pre-selected. Unselect desktop right column. There's almost never a reason to use that one. It's just kind of a waste. And unselect desktop newsfeed. Leave it so that it's just mobile newsfeed, because that is the easiest and cheapest way for you to get likes on your page. So you want to leave it as mobile newsfeed. And again, by the way, you can see the audience definition over here. You know, you can see that it's right in that sweet spot of the green. So we know that's good. Scrolling down, there's nothing else that I need. So now I'm going to create the actual ad. So I'm going to go up here and go to create ad. And then this comes up, and I'm going to call it likes test again, create. And then a new little thing comes up, and here this is where we're going to have like our one sentence, and I know it's getting late, so I promise I'm going to stop after this, but this is where you're going to put your one sentence thing that people are going to see that's going to make them want to click like on your page and become a fan. that tells what kind of value you can provide them. So I'm going to say something like my page for nutrition and workout, or I like to use the word easy for, and capitalizing is good too, for easy in capital letters, nutrition and workout tips for capital busy moms, my niche. There we go. Okay, and then you can see here's the preview area over here. So we've got that. Now you can either do an image or a video. You can ultimately wind up running an image for cheaper. Like I think you can do it for $1 a day, but for the video, I think it might need to be $3 a day or something. But the video is so worth it if you can swing it, because it really, really helps. Like when you have those little iMovie clips, like I was talking about, not something that's more than 30 seconds. And you also want to make sure that you always shoot it widescreen sideways with your phone, because then that fills the space the right way. You start off with that. But let's say you want to do image, by the way, and you know, in PicMonkey, you can make the image any size. So whenever you go through Power Editor, and later you'll learn how to run other campaigns on Facebook, it will always tell you the recommended image size here. So if you're within PicMonkey and you're making your image, you can then go to the, I don't know if it's called, I think it's called Resize, that feature that's on the left. I think it's literally called Resize. And then you just type in the pixels and it will match whatever Facebook is telling you is the ideal one. So that's nice, but don't worry, because like most things show up fine. But for it to look really good, you know, it's easy enough to look here to find out what it should be. But anyway, back to video. Then I'll go to select video. And you can see some examples of ones that I've tested here. I think of all the ones I've tested, I think the one that's slow push-ups works the best. And I can't remember which one it is now, but I think it's this one. So it's under 30 seconds. And you can even pick the video thumbnail. So if there's one shot where it will start with your face facing the screen, as the preview function like gets messed up a lot, it may not populate, but normally it would show you there, the one where your face is looking at the screen. That one typically performs the best. So you do that, and then that's it. Okay, that's one. But now let's say you want to test another one, because you should really try and test 5 to see what the cost per like is. You go back to the ad set level. Everything is still saved in here. And there's this little button up here with the 2 squares that says duplicate. You hit duplicate. You do keep same campaign. It creates this thing right here, likes, test, copy. All the things I chose before, the $3, my page, the same audience, the mobile news placement, it's all pre-selected already. And now I'm going to go to create ad. And we will call this the same as that one, likes, test, copy, and create. And then we'll put that same exact text in here, like my page, blah, 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 the same thing. And then this time, I'm going to go in and I'm going to select a different video, because I don't know at this point which one performs the best. So I'll try this one where I'm doing squat jumps. I'll select that, and that will be it. And then I'll go back to the ad set level. You always duplicate from the ad set level. I'll go to duplicate, do it again, keep same campaign, hit create. Again, everything is saved. Go to create ad, because there's an ad for every ad set that you create. So this time it's going to be likes, test, copy to, create, and then I do the same thing, and then I will pick another video this time that I haven't tried yet. And if you can do that with like 5 things and run them each at $3. So, and then by the way, after that, I'm just going to move your faces on the right of my screen. There's this button here on the right that says review changes. You click that, it will take you through the ads and it will submit them to Facebook. And then you'll probably have to wait a little while Facebook approves your ads. You'll find out they're hopefully approved, and then they'll run. And then what you're going to want to do is go to your ads manager, which is right within like the next day, to see how they perform and to see which is the best one. So within your like page, there is this thing, promote over here. Go to ads manager. Your ads manager comes up. This you don't have to be in Google Chrome for. This you can use from anywhere. And then you can go to all ads. So I'm starting a new test right here for this campaign. I'm calling 2 reasons. And you can see the reach here, right? When you look at in the reach column, you want to see that it's reached 200 people before you decide to either keep the ad or kill the ad, to find out if it was cost effective or not. So again, it was $3 and 200. Those are your magic numbers for testing to find out. $3, 200 for reach. Once it hits 200, and these are not likes. This is not an ad for likes, so this is a little bit different. But pretend what I'm looking at right here is an ad for likes. You want to look at the cost per post engagement, and you want to get it down to 15 cents per like. Because if you're paying more than 15 cents per like, then you're wasting your money, and you need to run another test and just put your $3 in to find out what's going to be the best image to resonate with people. And then when you find that 15 cents per like, 10 cents is ideal, and if you want to really go for it and you're enjoying the process, then try and get down to 10, but just try and hit 15 cents per like. And you'll be amazed, like if you're running 5 to 7 images or videos for tests, you'll see like, wow, one is at like 47 cents per post engagement. And one is, wow, it's almost at 15, it's at 16 cents already. But until it reaches 200, you don't know the full potential. And so let's say, this one is crappy, this one is 67, 60, but see, so here is an example here. So this one, it hasn't reached 200 yet. So I can't keep or kill it. But 67 cents per page like, that's a waste of money. I would just click this button right here and turn it off. But the ones that, hit 200 and they're hovering around 15 cents, then that's what you want. And so like that's a good audience, that's a good image, that's good copy. And then you can just kind of like let that run from there on out. So again, like that's what I would start off focusing on instead of just boosting pages, boosting posts left and right. I would bring people to your page first and make sure that they're quality people and start testing some images. And if you guys just, set up your phone while you're doing your workout for the rest of the week, you're going to have so many great little snippets that you can potentially use and get the iMovie app for your phone. And now I will stop talking. Does anyone have any questions? No questions. Was that helpful? Hopefully, yes. So how is this different than just using Ad Manager, the Ads Manager in Facebook? You have way more control in Power Editor. There's way more options. Way more research can be applied, way more testing. You just wouldn't be able to kind of do that like campaign, ad set, add, duplicate. Let me just switch one tiny thing to see how that's applied. You can't do that all with an ads manager. Ads manager should be your place to merely check performance and turn things on and off for campaigns. Any other questions? No? All right, well, thanks for the time, guys. Sorry this was so long. And if you come up with questions, just post them in the team group, because if you have the question, then I'm sure a ton of other people do. So I would like to try and answer these kinds of questions within the team page so other people can benefit as well. All right, thank you, guys. Have a great night. Talk to you soon.